The book is dead. Long live the book. Oh, sorry, the e-book. I don't think so. A few years ago, the demise of the printed book was predicted, and some hailed a new era of electronic readers. How wrong they were. We visited the Lifeline Book Fair in Sydney and found that not only is the book alive and well, but the usurper is nowhere to be found. Books remain on the throne and are destined for a long reign if the dedication of the Lifeline volunteers is anything to go by. So Michael, why does Lifeline need to run book fairs?
Well, Lifeline provides the services that everybody knows about, the 13, 11, 14 crisis support line, and they also provide a number of other services. Some of that money comes from the government, but a lot of it we have to raise ourselves to provide the services that we do, and the book fairs raise a lot of money to provide those services.
But how long have they been going, these book fairs?
It's been almost 30 years now since the first one was run, but the first one raised about $1,000.
Yeah. And right, but a lot more now.
Yes.
Okay, good. And so Kindle's had absolutely no impact on people's love of books.
It had a minor impact about 5 or 6 years ago. We noticed our sales just dropped off for 1 or 2 years, just by a little bit. Yeah. But ever since then, every sale we've made more money than the one before. So fantastic. Books are very fashionable.
There was 400 people queuing this morning to get in. They queued from about 7:30.
So you're a volunteer for the book fair?
That's right. For
the Lifeline?
Lifeline, yeah. We work at the Linfield Book Depot.
Yep, okay. And how long have you been working for them?
2007, so 12 years, yes, yeah.
Good. So something must keep you coming back?
Well, the books, of course, they're all very interesting, but it's mainly the companionship of the other volunteers.
Oh, good.
Yes,
yeah,
so it's a really enjoyable place to go. I come twice a week.
Yeah. There is something about coming to a place of work where you don't get paid. It's a completely different atmosphere, isn't it?
It is. You work harder when you volunteer.
That's right. Yeah. So how long have you been volunteering for?
13 years.
For the Lifeline Book Fair?
Yeah, 13 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And what keeps you coming back?
Well, I just have a big interest in the books.
All right. So are you a bibliophile?
I am very much so, yes.
Is that more or less why you do it?
Well, not really. I'm a retiree, so I think it's worthwhile, paying back something to society.
Hi, so you're a punter here. How often have you been coming to these book fairs?
About 5 or 6 years now.
All right, so you're drawn to travel books?
Yeah, travel, antiques and transport. They're the main ones.
Okay.
I love collecting antiques.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I usually go to most of the book fairs in Sydney.
Right.
And there are 2 very big ones in Canberra. They're really good too.
So how often do you come to the book fair?
Just this time.
Just this time?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
And what's your favourite section? I notice you're at the transport section here.
Mine is the kids section.
Oh yeah, okay, good. That'll be right. And what about you?
Mine is probably the sports.
Sport, okay. But I noticed you're interested in the railways, is that right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it about trains that you like?
When I was little, I used to want to be a builder.
Okay.
Yeah, but I sort of don't anymore for some reason.
Okay. Anyway, good. Excellent. Well, thanks very much, guys. That was great.
Yeah.
So where do the books come from?
All of the books are donated. So we have a couple of collection centres here on the North Shore, and every week thousands of books are donated to us.
Can you tell us something about the roles volunteers play?
There's a whole range of roles. So some of our people are very knowledgeable about books, so they perform a role of deciding which books we should keep for our sales. We also have a whole lot of people that are category leaders that actually sort books and price them. But there are other people whose role is to clean books and that type of thing. So there's a whole lot of different roles depending on what people really want to do. It's very flexible.
Right. And are retirees welcome?
They're very much welcome. In fact, if you look at our team, we've got about 100 people, 100 volunteers who are involved every week, let alone a lot of others that help us at our sales. And of those, virtually all of them are retired people. That's one of the beauties of this type of volunteering here. We operate 3 days a week at our book depot on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday between 10 and 3, and people can come along any time they want to. So some people come every day, some people might come for a morning, some people, if you go away on holidays for 3 months somewhere, you just go. You just write your name and your time away in the book. So it's really nice like that people can just sort of come and go as it fits in with their lifestyles.
So Siobhan, how long have you been volunteering for the Lifeline?
4 years.
4 years, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So there must be something that makes you keep coming back.
Yes, well, to be honest, it's most of the work is not very demanding. The men heave the heavy boxes around, it's just during the year it's just cleaning books and preparing them for sale. The main thing is to sell them and make money for Lifeline.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Excellent.
4 or 5 years ago, they were predicting the death of the book, but I don't think so. Not from what I've seen.
Do you come here every year?
No, this is our first time actually. I've heard about it, but I've never been able to get here.
Right.
And now my 7-year-old is into reading, so we thought we'd come
fantastic.
and get him a whole bunch of reading novels.
Right. Have you found anything?
Yes.
Yeah. What have you found?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Are you impressed by the range of books?
Yes, there's heaps. Yes, it's amazing.
Well, I do the usual pricing of books,
Yes.
but I'm also involved with coordinating the category leaders.
Okay.
Every category has a leader
Right.
who makes a final decision as to whether a book is good enough to go into the book fair, checks the condition, and prices and boxes the book.
How many hours a week do you put in roughly?
About 4 or 5.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And are you a book lover yourself?
Oh, yes.
Good. There are a number of volunteers, aren't there? Quite a large number.
And a lot, for the book fairs, we have a lot of external volunteers as well as the Lifeline volunteers. We have corporate volunteers and school children.
So they need feeding.
They need feeding. I also got some homemade sausage rolls that I made last night and some pumpkin soup, and I've also got cakes, various cakes. This is coffee cake, and I always have bread and cheese and tomato and that here for some of the people who might forget their lunch and some of the elderly men that don't bring their lunch and that here.
It must be a good collegial atmosphere amongst all the volunteers.
It's amazing. I was in the corporate world for a long time, and it's been very fascinating to come and work with volunteers. Obviously, when people are getting paid for their jobs, not everybody wants to be there, but all of our volunteers really want to be here, and the passion is just amazing. They own their categories, or they own the business.
Yeah, that's good. When Rob first told me we were going to film a book fair and go to a repository where they clean books, I sort of thought, oh God, I imagined a couple of tables with a few dusty books and hardly anyone there. And when we went to the Knox Grammar School, I was completely blown away. Unbelievable number of books and the number of people. And I won't give away what they raised in one day at the opening day, but it's a very large amount of money was raised for Lifeline. They said, well, next week we're going to go to the place where they do the book cleaning. I thought, oh God, that can't be very interesting. But again, here we drive off the highway, down a little laneway, unsealed road, into an enchanted forest, and there is this wonderful place where these people are dedicated to cleaning books and sorting them into categories and doing all that's necessary to run a successful book fair. And we often ask people, why do you do this, and is the social life important? And here I didn't even need to answer that question because it was obvious that there was a real hubbub of conversation. It's a bit like, halfway through a cocktail party, there was that much conversation going on while they worked. How wrong one could be about boring old books. There's a huge business involved in second-hand books, so if you think you're a book lover yourself, get involved.
Mm-hmm.